So, hello everyone. So this will be a very big video. Not really like very long, but really lore revealing when it comes to FNAF, or better said, FNAF Security Breach. So basically the fourth Tales from the Pizzaplex book, titled Submechanophobia, was leaked. I have no idea how, but it just was. Just in the case you are not caught up with these Tales from the Pizzaplex books, the first one released quite some time ago, the second one also, and the third one is just now appearing in stores. And now, the fourth book got fully leaked. But what is so interesting in this book that deserves its own video? Well, it is not the epilogue, but it is the last story in this book, titled Bobbiedots Part 1. Yes, this story has two parts, one in this fourth book and one in the fifth, titled Bobbiedots Conclusion. And also this part 1 has 124 pages. This is by far the longest Tales from the Pizzaplex and Fazbear fight story yet, so it made sense that they had to split it. And now, you may start to see that this story isn't just another spooky horror story, just like most of them. It is big. Like absolutely huge. Not only because it's long, but because it is by far the most lore-revealing story yet. I actually couldn't even believe what I was reading. So why don't we just start with a quick summary of the story, then we will talk about everything that the story revealed. So, let's begin. So in this story, we meet Abe, a guy working in the Mega Pizzaplex. Now, just for clarification, if someone isn't aware, there's more than one Pizzaplex in these Tales from the Pizzaplex books, which was, I believe, revealed in one of the stories, which also explains why some locations such as Lolly's game isn't in the Pizzaplex we know from Security Breach, or Hubs not being in the Pizzaplex, because there is more than one Pizzaplex in these stories. But with this one, from this story, it is basically confirmed that it is the one from Security Breach. You'll see later. It will be great. I promise. So Abe works at the Mega Pizzaplex and works a night shift. Keep in mind that this was before the staff bot program. One thing with Abe though is that he's very smart and really great with tech stuff, a skill that he got from his not so kind dad. And he's also very kind, a personality that he got from his mom, who we know from the story is very ill and his dad left to do some business. Also, Abe in the story is homeless and lives in the Mega Pizzaplex, specifically in Roxy Raceway. But there's one thing Abe wants, a promotion. Why? If he gets promoted, not only will he receive better payment, but he'll also be able to live in a Fazplex tower. What is that? Well, the Fazplex tower is the headquarters of Fazbear Entertainment, which also contains 3 apartments for better ranked employees. And now, I'm going to blow your mind away. Hold tight. The Fazplex tower is located right behind the Mega Pizzaplex. Yes! And if we take into consideration that this is the Mega Pizzaplex we know from Security Breach, it is the biggest reveal yet. The headquarters of Fazbear Entertainment are located right behind the Mega Pizzaplex. Mind blown. But yes, it is really real, and it's just unbelievable. And one day, Abe actually gets this promotion and can now live in the Fazplex Tower apartment. He then gets right to the receptionist and asks for his new apartment, but the lady tells him that the only one that is free is not available. But after Abe distracts her and pre-programs the computer to say that it is available, he goes right into his new apartment. He's also told that there are some Bobbiedots in the apartments. He then learns that the Bobbiedots are 3. Get this. Anime girls. Or anime-like looking girls, I don't know. Called 1, 2, and 3. They are basically holograms with AI that are assisting you. They are actually super nice in the story and are not the main villain. 3, that later gets the nickname Rose, because she's red, is a lifestyle Bobbidot. Her thing is eating, something like Chica. 2, later known as Olive, is a nerdy Bobbidot. She manages information, news, and things like this. She's green with glasses. 1, later known as Gemini, is blue and is a media and entertainment Bobbidot. She can also play music. Abe, throughout the story, visits many loved and familiar locations we all know from the Mega Pizzaplex, but we will talk about those later. Throughout his days living in the apartment, He's almost burned by water that he didn't set too high, is almost poisoned by food, and something is trying to kill him in his apartment. He first thinks it is the Bobbiedots, but they aren't the ones that are trying to kill him. I mean, yes and no, because the Bobbiedots that are actually trying to kill him are the first generation of Bobbiedots. The second generation that we all know are friendly, but the first generation are actual physical robots that come out of a little trapdoor in the apartment at night to wander around. Abe was surviving every day, but he couldn't just move out of his new apartment. He had no other home. The second generation just can't do anything about these old Bobbiedots, so Abe just had to survive somehow. We also learned that a person named London Proud was the last person who was living in the apartment. That's all we really know about him in this first part. The story ends with a cliffhanger where Abe is actually trying to investigate these first generation Bobbiedots. We can also see this in the description for the Bobbiedots conclusion book, where it is written that in the second part we are going to be looking for the first generation of Bobbiedots and trying to do something with them. I don't know what. So, that's the story. A great story that reveals the headquarters of Fazbear Entertainment and that they are located right next to the mega pizzaplex we know from Security Breach. But what else it revealed? Well, let's run over it. It is big. So in the story we also see the main lobby, and it is specifically said that it has a big golden Freddy statue and also a window on the top from which you can see the Fazplex tower. Yes, throughout this little window on the top of the main lobby you can see the Fazplex tower. Wow. Then we also get to a staff bathroom, which is this place in the game. We also see the Phaser Blast, where it is basically the same place in Security Breach. It has the Superstar Lounge, the same Dread Unit voice line, the same walls, which Ape also mentions look like hieroglyphs. Interesting. Also, there's an actual name drop of the OCT that plays during Phaser Blast, the Phaser Blast Jam. We then get to see the Daycare, where it is fully explained why there are generators in the play structure and also the origins of the Daycare attendant. The generators are there because the power sometimes randomly goes out and it is easier to build backup generators rather than fixing the lights. Basically the same thing that happened in Security Breach to Gregory. It is also directly said by one of the characters that the generators are located in the play structure and that it is a weird place to put them. And we all thought that it was just there just to make the gameplay of the game more interesting. But no, it actually happened and is a story thing rather than just a thing to make the gameplay more interesting. Now the Daycare attendant backstory. He was not created for the Daycare itself, but for the Daycare theater. Remember when we got these tragedy and comedy masks in Security Breach? Yes, this was what the Daycare attendant was before he became the Daycare attendant. He was a performer at the Daycare theater. Moon being the tragedy and Sun being the comedy, the drama masks. Crazy, right? So in short, the generators are there because it is easier to put them there rather than fixing the lights, and the Daycare attendant was originally made to perform at the Daycare theater. And you think that's all? There's more. We also get to see the DJ Music Man section, where we learn that these little tubes are not for like mini Music Mans, but for employees to crawl through. You think that's all? We also learn that the cat utility hallways from Security Breach still exist in the game. The ones behind the level 10 security doors, they still exist. Abe literally walks through them in the story. Crazy, right? And one final thing. Remember these little Freddy head card holders, whatever? They are not actually card holders. They are card 3D printers. And Abe used it to print his own card in the story. Cool, right? Man, that's a lot. So yes, this pizzaplex is the same one from Security Breach. Like that is for certain. That means that the Fazplex Tower, the headquarters of freaking Fazbear Entertainment, are located right next to us in Security Breach. Maybe we will go visit them in Ruin? I would die from excitement if that was the case. And another thing, most people consider the Tales books to be 100% canon to the games. Most think that is the case, and I also do. Maybe the first ever story called Frailty is debatable, because it is directly connected to the Fazbear Fright series, but still, aside from that, most people think that they are fully canon to the games plus the epilogue, and I'm with them. If that was the case, maybe this little hideout in Security Breach, behind the Kid's Cove, belongs to Ape, or even the one in the daycare. This story is just so big that I would actually kinda believe that. So, that's all. I wonder if more of these giant things are going to get revealed in the part 2, or even the 2 other stories in the 5th book, one being about Fazbear Entertainment board of directors, and the other story being most likely about Gregory. The 5th book is going to be huge, and if this is the first ever story to be 120 pages and also have 2 parts, I wonder what else we will see in the future. This one story is everything what I wanted from this series. Explain unexplained things in Security Beach. From the epilogues revealing that the FNAF 6 location was going to be turned into a museum, to this story revealing where did the daycare attendant come from, all I can say is that I'm excited. I just am, and you should be too. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.